Could the anti-gunner's next big play be a big chess move that not many people see coming? Well, I'll tell you that all the pieces are on the table for this to happen. Sit by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets to learn more. Today's video is brought to you by TacPack. TacPack is a monthly subscription box that delivers tactical and EDC gear to your door each month. Each month, TacPack's team curates a list of products that you will find useful in your daily life, whether on the range, at home, or at work. For $49.95, you can expect at least $80 worth of gear each month, and most boxes have at least $100 worth of gear. Some have even been worth $200, like a rail from Aeronox. In your TacPack, you can expect to find anything from knives to gun parts, gun cleaning tools, and badass apparel. Some even have an AR rail or steel targets. Just a few of the brands you'll find in TacPack include CRKT, SOG knives, Mechanics gloves, Aeronox, and many more. There's a hassle-free cancellation, and when you use the link and code in my description box and the pinned comment, you'll receive a free mystery grab bag valued at more than $40, and it will contain an AR-15 part just for signing up. But if you want that special grab bag, you have to sign up for September's box before the end of August, and a big thank you to TacPack for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so let's jump into this 4D chess game that the anti-gunners are playing, and I want to bring your attention to this scenario. It could legitimately happen. Now, I learned about this yesterday, but I'd already done 2 videos and I didn't want to inundate people. Plus, this made me so angry I couldn't really focus to stay professional-ish here. So I want you guys to know about it this morning. So I learned about this from Evan Nappen. Evan Nappen, if you don't know, he's a big attorney, fights for gun rights all the time, and he has a podcast that it's called Gun Lawyer, I believe. And I also saw this on AmmoLand. They did an article on it yesterday. I'll have links to that down below, because in that article, there's I think it's a 22-minute snippet of his show where he discusses this in detail, and you can listen to it, although it only takes the first 13 minutes or so to get all of the stuff he's talking about. So I'll paraphrase this. Rahm Emanuel, you should know that name. He's a big anti-gunner from the Chicago area, big buddy of Barack Hussein Obama, and he's been pushing this no-fly, no-buy list for a long time. The no-fly, no-buy list is a terror watch list, sure, where if your name is on that, they, the anti-gunners, don't want you to have the ability to purchase a firearm. They want you federally prohibited. Now, there are a lot of ways that somebody can end up on this no-fly list. Some of it can be totally erroneous. You might not even know you're on it until you try to go fly. For instance, Ted Kennedy, a former senator in Massachusetts, he was on that list erroneously, although some people think he should have been on it for his driving skills. But he was on that list when it came out. It showed just how terrible this list is, how easy it is to get on, and how hard one has to fight to get off of it, if you can at all. Now, you can get on that list for a myriad of reasons, and a lot of them are not valid. So Rahm Emanuel and the anti-gunners want this no-fly, no-buy list to become law, so that if you're on that list, you're federally prohibited from purchasing a firearm for the rest of your life. Okay, and the chemistry makeup right now in Congress and in the House and the Senate is there to make this pass. And if you're going to say, no, it's not, Jared, no, we have the filibuster, they'll just think we just had 30 Republicans vote for this infrastructure bill that is going to just bankrupt this country even further than we already are. And most of that, I think it's like 1/5 of that actually goes to American infrastructure. Different video altogether, but just know that that is out there again, this no-fly, no-buy list. And here's the flip side on how they could simultaneously prohibit a lot of Americans from purchasing firearms without ever having to do anything other than pass a simple law. And I forgot to say that Joe Biden is on record saying he supports this no-fly, no-buy list becoming law. And his quote back then was, if the government thinks that you're too dangerous to fly on a plane, then you shouldn't be allowed to buy a gun. Well, Joe, you don't allow us to do jack, and you're finding that out as you keep blundering here. But just know that that is something they want, and they're going to try to push again, I believe. So you pair that with the fact that this idea was just pitched by a woman named Juliette Klein, and she was the former Assistant Secretary of Homeland Security under Obama, and she has come out and said that if if you are not getting the jab, then you should be put on that no-fly list. Well, here is where this all comes together. There is a database of who has gotten the jab. They needed to track this, you and your results, for health and medicine reasons, because it's an experimental liquid of stuff that they jab, and they need to track the adverse stuff that's going on. But they needed to track that. So there's a database, and this attorney that I spoke to you about, Evan Knappen, he has a case right now at a school where somebody submitted a passport for the jab at their school because it was required, and it came out that it wasn't legit, that they haven't gotten the jab because they checked it against the database. So this woman has pitched the idea, and remember, she's buddy-buddy with the Obama administration. She worked for them, and who else was in the Obama administration but Bobo Biden? So this group, if you don't think they're still working together, then you're like sleeping under a rock somewhere. So she's pitched this idea that if you don't get the jab, then you should be put on the no-fly list. Well, that's the same list that no-fly, no-buy. So they want to put everybody who doesn't want to get the jab, whether you do it for religious reasons or it's your body, your choice. There's a myriad of reasons that people can make up their own decision on what they do with their body. I understand that there's different schools of thought, and some people think everybody should, and some people think you should have a choice, but this is still America, and guys and gals, we still have that right. It's our individual right. It's what this country is for, individual liberties, not mass communistic appeals, but I digress. So they want this list now to force people to get the thing. If you don't get the thing, then you can't fly. And if you can't fly under the no-fly, no-buy list, you can't buy ever again. You'll be federally prohibited. So the chemistry and the pieces are there for this to happen simultaneously. They could push through this. If you don't get the V, now that it's rushed approved by the FDA, they got to say certain things, otherwise they just destroy the videos. Now that it's approved by the FDA, if you don't get the thing, then they can mandate things now because that's what they want. They just want to have total control, ultimate total people control. So if you can't get the thing, then you won't fly. And then the list that says if you are on that no-fly list as well, then you can't buy. And it would take nothing to pass those together under the cover of night, like these cowards always do, to take away the rights of a lot of people, conservatives, libertarians, health-minded folks, people who just see some of the adverse reactions and don't want to flirt with that until there's more of a history and stuff like that. I just wanted to put this on your radar. Again, the link will be down below for this AmmoLand article. I suggest you give it a listen or read the article. It's not very long, but the link in that article to listen to Evan Knappen's podcast about this makes you say, because the players are still there. Obama, Biden, Rahm Emanuel, the whole crew, they're still there. And this is what they wanted back then when Obama was king. And now that they got the Bumble and Bobo for a little while longer, you're going to see some things start to move forward, I think. And I just need us to be ready. So with that said, thank you very much for your time. I hope this Tuesday goes enjoyable for you. It's finally stopped raining here in central Massachusetts. We've had, it was like 58 hours of constant rain. And I'm glad it's done. Hope you survived it. We had 5 tornadoes too, so hope you guys are doing okay in this area. Till we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, and keep your eyes on these clowns. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay in the loop.